But I'm sure that's going to play with his mind somehow, right?
All right, welcome everybody to the GCandC CBBC Comic Book Club.
What's up?
What up? Yep. It was actually Dirk's pick this week, this month. Is Immortal Hulk #3. I actually didn't finish 3. I made it through like 2.5 because I got called into work today, but I still want to talk about it, so we're going full spoilers.
Full spoilers.
I'm taking the spoilers. So
you read half of the issue, you said?
Yeah, I did. I read like 1, 2, and I started 3, and then
I think we could just not talk about the last page, and he'll be fine.
I wanted to talk about that last page, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
I don't care if you want to.
Okay.
I mean, it's not crazy, but, you know.
So, I got to say, Dirk, you've been telling us for a while that we all need to be reading this book, and just talking about the horror take on the Hulk, I felt like a couple things kind of sprung up to me, like the art jumping around. We've been hit with a lot of that lately, of the books that we've been covering, where there's different artists throughout. And so right away when I saw it, it was immediately a turnoff. But once I got into the book, I liked it. Each distinct
that was
style
intentional, though, right?
Yeah, it is, because it's the person telling the story.
Right.
Is it the same artist? I feel like it was even the same artist. And they just drew different styles for the.
Dirk will have to tell us in the comments.
Yeah, I don't know offhand.
But
the main art for that book is really great, though.
Yes, it is.
Is it like one of these styles in this book, or?
No, the main art for this book is really great. Is what I was saying.
I don't know that there was a main art. I thought it was like evenly spaced.
First 2.
Well, I think he means like so the art split off when people were telling their stories, right?
Yeah.
I think he means the main art is like when somebody wasn't telling a story, just the action of what was happening with the reporter.
I guess I'm talking about 1 and. Did you read 1 and 2, Nate?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay. Then I see what you did. 1 and 2 are all the same artist.
Yeah.
Like, and that's. I think this.
It's so good, man.
Like,
I dig it.
Yeah, I think it's awesome.
Yeah, and then the one other thing that I'll shut up is Dirk, you've always been talking about how this is a horror book, and you see that for a second, like in the church scene. Just how they describe what happens in front of them is gruesome, right? And definitely more than I thought it would be. So I'm this one's definitely on the list for me. I got to go back and see the rest of what they've been doing, because that was a super small portion of this book, you know?
Yeah, totally. I'm shocked that they showed what they did in a Marvel book with the girl's head twisted around.
Yep.
You know? Definitely. Yeah, so just to let you know, Corey, the guy, I forgot the guy's name that he's fighting, the blonde guy with the green skin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the guy with the ghost.
The human ray
ghosts or something?
Headshot.
Right. Headshot. They go back to his... Hot shot. That's it. They go back to his hotel room and they find a girl that's tied up in a chair with her head twisted around.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah, green door. So I mean, that's like Vertigo level stuff.
Totally.
This book is brutal. I'm surprised of how brutal it is with how popular the Hulk is in the MCU, and he's really not like that brutal or evil or anything. And then this is if somebody picks this up and reads this, they're gonna be like, "Whoa, that's not the Hulk I was expecting."
The story is so all the writers convene to talk about what they're doing, like what the future projects are for Marvel for the year, and so everybody does their pitch and everything, and then I guess they sort of green light on the spotlight and they talk about, so all the writers are sort of on board with each other and know who's doing what. Right. Everybody that walked out of that room was just blown away by his take on Hulk. They were like, I mean, Donnie Cates was saying it, Jerry Duggan, they were all like, that's the book to watch this year.
He talks a lot.
He does talk a lot.
And he's like smart. Was when they were talking about the Arrow? Is that in book 2 or 3?
The Arrow? probably 2.
It's probably 2 because I don't remember any Arrow.
Yeah.
Can we spoil 2? Right?
I think it'd be probably the rare person who read 3 and not 2. And,
Right.
and
Like,
me, they probably don't care. They'll go back and read it anyways.
Yeah, because they were talking about in the second issue how he had, I assume Hawkeye shoot an arrow into his brain to see if it could kill him, and he said it made him. He lost a lot of his intelligence, so he's not as smart as Bruce Banner used to be, and like it seems like the Hulk is almost just as smart as him. That's
well, that was Civil War 2, right?
I don't know.
Where he got assassinated by Hawkeye. Do y'all remember that? We covered it.
I don't know. I do remember it now that you say that, but I didn't know. I guess I didn't even read 2, so I have no clue.
The assumption was that Bruce Banner was dead from that shot, right? But now we're learning in this series that it might possibly be immortal because he regenerates.
Yeah.
So even that arrow to the head that he, should have died from did not kill him.
Yeah. Is the Wolverine style regeneration? Is this the first time that's ever been used with the Hulk?
Oh yeah.
First time I've heard of it. Yeah, it is.
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, and it's gruesome. They show the rib cage.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You can see the 2 sides of the spine through the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that's going to play with his mind somehow, right? Like now he finds out that he can't die, really.
Right.
It's weird. The layouts reminded me a little bit of Creepshow, like especially the one that looked like Ditko and Jack Kirby-ish, that style.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah. I thought that reminded me. That was cool. I totally dug that. That was my favorite of the 3.
Yeah.
And then, should we tell Corey about the last page?
Yeah. Well, let's do it.
So, at the very end of the comic, there's a guy that's giving a phone call to that reporter and saying that he's been trying to get in touch with her and stuff. That he has Bruce Banner as a close friend, and he looks in the glass in his apartment, and in the reflection is Sasquatch from Alpha Flight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
But this is what the first thought I had was like, they need to do more horror takes on some of these characters because I would totally read a Sasquatch horror.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Totally.
I wouldn't normally care that much about Alpha Flight otherwise, but shit,
I used to like Alpha Flight.
Well, hopefully that's what this is.
Yeah.
And he's a Packer.
The Packer.
He's a
on
Packer?
the Green Bay Packers.
Oh. Wow. I didn't even think about that.
Fuck the Packer.
He says it. That's like his in to the reporter or whatever.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
trying to find Bruce Banner, and she's like, "That's not how this works. I don't just tell you where my sources are." And she's like, "How do you get this number?" And he said, "Oh, I told your boss who I was." And he says he's on the Pack. He says, "Lucky he's a Packers fan."
Oh, I forgot about that. Wow. That is funny.
Yeah.
I guess, being that close to Canada, right? Are we giving a score to this, or are we just...
Oh, we can give a score.
Dig it. Yeah.
If you guys want.
I'm going to give it a solid 8.
I'll give it a 8.5.
I'm also at 8.5. This got me excited about it. You're right. I knew you don't steer me wrong when it comes to comics, but this definitely has impressed me more than anything I've read out of Marvel in recent, since we've been covering these books.
Yeah, it's awesome. I really like it.
I mean, I don't like plugging Marvel books necessarily,
Sure.
but if it's really good, dude, I'll do it.
Yeah, you got to
And
recognize.
Venom and Immortal Hulk are the 2 best things they're putting out. So.
Yeah.
Nice. So, and then what's the next CBBC?
We're doing the Magic Order #1.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, because I wanted to do the tie-in with Netflix and all that. So.
Yep. All right, so everybody read up on that one before next month, and then join in the conversation.
Get in it.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
CBBC.
Yep.
Later.
Yeah.